Henry the Queen's Corgi by Georgie Crawley. Read by David Thorpe and Beth Chalmers. Day 1. Saturday the 14th of December. Henry. Humans are baffling creatures. Take my family, for example, the Walkers. Ever since I arrived here as a puppy, it had always been the 5 of us. OK, 6 if you include the cat. I don't, generally. Jim, Amy, Jack, Claire, and me, Henry. Fine, and Suki if you must. That is, until bonfire night 5 weeks ago. I remembered the date clearly, because it all happened in amongst the bangs and the flashes and the terrifying noises, and Jack trying to tell me that it was all normal, it happened every year, and it would be over the next day. But I knew he was wrong. Whatever the matter was, it was going to go on a lot longer than one night. I was hiding under the chair in Jim and Amy's bedroom, like any sane creature would be on bonfire night, so I saw Jim shoving clothes and things into his bag, and I heard Amy sobbing, asking Jim why. Sometimes I think maybe she didn't understand what was going on any better than I did. All I knew for sure was that Jim left that night, and he hadn't really been back much since. This wasn't like when he went out to work and I missed him, or even when they all went on holiday and left me at the kennels. This was different. This was frightening. After he'd left, Amy had cried herself to sleep on the bed. It was only after her sobs had subsided that Suki had slinked out from under the bed and looked at me with that awful superior gaze that all cats seem to have. "Well, that's you done for," she'd said. I hadn't understood, and she wasn't willing to explain. But ever since, I'd been looking for clues, something to explain what was going on. The first thing I noticed was that there were a lot fewer walks for me, which was a worry. Jack would take me out to explore the park sometimes, but he usually met up with his mates and made me sit around on my lead while I waited for him to finish chatting. Claire was only allowed to take me as far as the local shop and back on her own, and I already knew all the scents along that route, so it was a bit boring. Also, sometimes Suki followed us too. I always suspected that she was Claire's favourite. Amy didn't seem to have time for walks at all anymore, but she did give me a lot more treats to make up for it. So it wasn't all bad. But it was definitely different. And nothing was more different than this morning. "Jack, where's your blue rucksack?" Amy yelled up the stairs. I pressed closer to the table by the front door as I watched. "Can I take my tablet?" Claire asked, holding up her electronic device. "Definitely not," Amy replied. "Why don't you take that new book Gram bought you?" "What blue rucksack?" Jack appeared at the top of the stairs, still wearing his pyjamas. "Jack, you're not dressed!" Amy's face was turning a little red. "Because I don't want to go," Jack said. "I told you that." "Well, tough. We're all going. Now, find that rucksack." "What rucksack?" Jack asked again. "And why do I have to go? Take Claire." "I'm taking both of you," Amy said. "So go and find the rucksack I bought you for your Duke of Edinburgh trip and get dressed." Jack stared down at his mother for a long moment. I knew that look. He was deciding if he could push her any further. Apparently, he decided he couldn't. "That rucksack is red," he said, grumbling. But he headed back up the stairs to get ready all the same. Which just left me wondering, getting ready for what? Amy hadn't said. She'd said they were all going, but did that include me? And if not, what would happen to me? They knew I hated it when they left me alone, and if they were gone for a while, they put me out in the garden, and it was freezing out there. "Well, this looks interesting." Suki brushed up beside me as she sat herself in her
Sample complete. Ready to continue?